Welcome to the Quest Forums channel, and in today's video I want to talk about Rick Wiles' attacks on Ben Shapiro. Wiles is a televangelist, and on numerous occasions he has called Shapiro an Antichrist. Now, we do want to be very clear that he never calls him the Antichrist. He's not suggesting that Shapiro is some type of unique end times figure of evil, but rather that he fits into the description of those who have the spirit of Antichrist described in 1 John chapter 2 verse 18, chapter 2 verse 22, and chapter 4 verse 3. And the basic meaning of those verses is that people who do not believe that Jesus is the Christ, that he is not God come in human flesh, are Antichrist. And I can see how it might be possible to apply that to Shapiro just on that basis, because he of course is not a Christian. He's a Jewish person. He does not believe that Jesus is the Messiah. But the error, and I think a purposeful one, that Wiles is making is skipping kind of the linchpin verse of this whole discussion, which is 1 John chapter 2 verse 19. That verse reads, "They went out from us, but they did not belong to us. For if they had belonged to us, they would have remained with us. However, they went out so that it might be made clear that none of them belongs to us." And so what he is talking about, what the Apostle John is talking about here, are people who call themselves Christians, but who are actively attempting to undermine the faith, and who eventually abandon it in favor of the beliefs that they actually hold. And he was saying that these people needed to be identified for their false form of belief, which did not hold that Jesus was God in human flesh, and that they needed to be shunned as a result. And eventually these people did branch out and start their own religion that came to be known as Gnosticism. And Gnosticism was perhaps the most serious threat that Christianity has ever faced, as it attempted to change what Christianity meant in some of its very earliest days. And so that is what John is talking about. That is the spirit of Antichrist, is false Christian believers. It is not to be applied to simply anyone who is not a Christian or claims to be at all. And so it certainly doesn't apply to Shapiro and to all Jewish people and to everyone else in every other religion or atheism under the sun. And the reason why we need to keep this in mind is because using a title like that is for the purpose of antagonism. That's why Wiles uses it. He wants to use it as an attack. And that is not what we are supposed to do, especially to people who are not looking to undermine our faith. Our responsibility as Christians is to share that there are consequences for sin and that salvation from those consequences is available through Jesus Christ. But it is to do so with an attitude of compassion, with an attitude of love. That's not what Wiles has been doing, and he deserves the blowback that he's been getting as a result. But I thank you very much for checking out this video. If you have any questions about this or about the Bible, you can reach me on Facebook or by email. There are links in the description. Or you can leave a comment here on YouTube, which would be very helpful. It helps the channel grow, as does hitting the thumbs up button and subscribing. If you want to support even a little bit more for Quest Forums, you can do so by donating to the Patreon page. There's a link to the description as well. And even $1 a month will be of huge help. I hope that you'll prayerfully consider it. But until next time, keep looking up.